up, everyone? It's your girl Dutchie's here, back at it again with another video. And I'm sorry I've been MIA for like 2.5 weeks. It's really hard, you guys, trying to maintain life right now. And I'm sorry, I don't have any better excuses than I'm a mom and I got stuff to do. So today's video is a video for my younger crowd out there, my teenager girls, my niece, you know, people who have not had children yet. Here are 5 amazing tips that I wish I knew before I had children. Now, I don't regret my beautiful 3 babies because they are who make me. And they are the ones that are literally taking up all my time in life right now, especially now that they're out of school. So let's get started. Tip number 1, if you adore your sleep, like my husband adores his sleep, you will not get any sleep. When babies are born, they feel very safe when they're in your belly because you're holding them, they're snugged, and when they're out in the world, they have no idea what to do, how to ask for certain things, they can't speak, so they cry, and sometimes they cry uncontrollably. So no sleep, honey. No sleep. If you really do value your sleep, you could kiss that goodbye. Also, I don't want to make this video seem like, oh, you shouldn't have babies, but this is something that definitely you should keep in mind if you are planning on having a baby, or if you know, just got pregnant. So yeah, no sleep at all. Tip number 2 is something that I really need to emphasize, and I need to appreciate more myself, is that your body is gonna go through a lot of changes. You're gonna be stretching, you're gonna be shrinking, there's gonna be stretch marks, there's gonna be swelling. I really wish that I would appreciate my body more, because I am very big on body positivity, and I need to remind myself that I had 3 beautiful children and my body has been through so much. A lot of stretching, a lot of shrinking. You have like extra hormones going through your body with baby, and sometimes you get hair loss, sometimes your face looks flushed, sometimes your bags start getting dark. Also, your nails become like weak and brittle. You also start developing dark circles around your body. Your nipples start changing colors. Like it's very depressing, especially when you learn to appreciate your body. Then you get pregnant and bam, you have a new body you have to deal with. And not even that, even after having your child is when postpartum depression begins. Depression period starts developing because you don't know, like you lose yourself as you're a new mother. And I feel like you become a new mother every time you have children. My babies are 7 to 8 years apart. My oldest is 14, my middle is 8, and my baby is 1. So yes, I did stretch them out. It's just new every time it's just brand new, and it's becoming a mom all over again. And a lot of women tend to lose themselves. Something that I really want to get out there is your body is magical. You are growing a human being. Without us women, there is no heir to anybody's last name. There is no, honestly, that's something that you just have to keep in mind. If it isn't for us and our struggles, we wouldn't develop humans. So you have to learn to appreciate yourself. Take time for yourself. You know, my beautiful husband, who literally tells me, I've seen you have my baby and I love your body and everything that you've been through. A lot of us don't have that. I need to put it out there that sometimes we need to be our own men. We need to be our own supporters. And as hard as that is, because we have to deal with the baby, we have to deal with household things. I know that it's super hard, but honestly, that's the biggest tip probably in this video, is learning how to balance and not losing yourself in the process, because I think that a lot of us go through that. Hearing the baby cry irks us, and we are looked at as the villain because we are depressed, we are overworked, and even though it seems easy to be a stay-at-home mom, it is really not, because a lot of things that we have to get done and sometimes the baby takes up all of our time. So yeah, it's very important that you need to, with the baby, prioritize yourself. Everything else can wait, and it's just very important for you to make sure that you put yourself up there with your baby. When the baby sleeps, you can take a shower, you can snack on something, always have snacks. Try to create a schedule, which is another tip I'm just gonna throw out there. Definitely create a schedule, write down everything a night before, what you have to get done, what's priority, what you need to do with the baby or what you want to do with the baby. And oh, my baby's awake. Tip number 3 is something that we found out later on, while the baby was already out. If you're in a relationship with this person and you're already pregnant, you're about to have a baby and everything, there is going to be a gap in your relationship, whether you believe it or not. It can be a little minor gap, it can be a big gap. I have a very supportive husband, very loving, very selfless, very caring, and we still somehow got a gap between our relationship, and a lot of people wouldn't like, they see us and they're like, you guys are so happy, but it's like bringing a whole other human into this world that we both have to, you know, raise together. It can bring a gap into your relationship, and that's something that I wish I knew a long time ago. It took me a long time. It took me to meet my husband to realize that gaps do exist in relationships, especially when a newborn comes into life. Communication is the one thing that gets us through every day, gets us through everything every day. It's definitely communication. And if you don't have communication, you're going to lose your relationship. You're going to be very unhappy. You're going to not only lose yourself, maybe lose your partner. So speak up. Whether it's harsh, you can always find new words to make it sound less harsh. Definitely communication. Especially if you have an empathic person supporting you, they'll understand. They'll understand. If you have an asshole, I'm so sorry. I mean, I've dealt with them, and sometimes you just got to deal with certain things on your own. And if that person isn't supportive, isn't helping, then maybe that person isn't for you, and that's just a harsh reality. Tip number 4 also goes with tip number 2, which is losing yourself in depression. So going back to what I said, when your body is going through these changes and it's just super rapid, and then after the baby comes, there's a long term during the pregnancy where you're super happy, you don't really care about your body, but then it hits you right after you have the baby. You're stuck with your new body, and your boobs are swelling with milk, your stomach is flappy, and it's just very, very, very depressing. And I went through it 3 times. So it's something that I wish I would have prepared myself more mentally. A lot of people forget about that. When you're breastfeeding, you lose weight because a lot of the nutrients are going towards the baby, but then after you stop breastfeeding, you start gaining weight. Your body is magical. Like I said before, it is magical. It is something that you need to praise yourself for. Us women are basically like unicorns, okay? Like, we make people. Who can make people? Nobody but us. So like, give yourself credit. Give yourself credit. And depression is going to happen, but talk to yourself, write stuff down. You gotta constantly remind yourself, be your supporter, be your love, be the person that you want to be with, be mom, be dad, be the friend that you don't have, or the friend that you lost during the pregnancy, because that's gonna happen too. You gotta be everything for yourself, and trust me, you'll get through it. I just wish I really knew that depression and postpartum is real. I always felt like I needed to blame somebody for going through everything that I went through, and that's not the case. Last and not least, tip number 5, patience. I've been all over the internet. Trust me, I've been to every shop, and you can't buy it. You just can't buy it. So something that I still am working on today, guys, is patience. I am trying my best to gather patience from any nook and every little place that I can, every nerve, every cell in my body. I am trying to get patience, get some patience. My husband is so patient. I don't know how he does it, because he's so patient with me. He does not ever lose his cool. I am the one that's like, it's so hard, but we're human, all right? We're not perfect. There is no instructions on how to be a parent either. This is just some tips that I wish I knew, okay? Because you're gonna need patience with the baby, yourself, and your spouse. And honestly, still working on it. So we're human, and here we are. Don't forget to do something nice for yourself, because you deserve it. I love you all. Until next time, bye.